praise us open. And this is nothing new. This is what we do, been doing at least the last 7 years, I know. We have the leadership training, and then we go right into our installation of offices. And that's what this is, the leadership training. And last year, it was sponsored by Pearls of Living. And so we're doing the same thing this year. Pearls of Living, for those that don't know, ministry started by the Russells. I am the CEO of the company, the Russells, what we call it Rustling. Pearls of Living, named after my mom. My mom's name was Annie Pearl. And Annie Pearl had a whole lot of wisdom. And she always gave words of wisdom. And that's what we do with our particular ministry. We try to spread words of wisdom all over the country. Matter of fact, it's a global ministry as we speak right now, being called in various areas to do different workshops. And as we do that, not only is it the family presenting, but we bring in some of the best speakers to help us to make sure these workshops go well. We got a big conference coming up pretty soon. We'll give you more details later on. But we try to utilize everybody we can to make sure this ministry provides the best information possible. And God has been good. Done a lot of work in outstate Minnesota. And matter of fact, I was at did my TED talk last night at Progressive. Progressive had the calendar leadership program last night where everybody that was named to the calendar, like 13 people and other young people. It was a great event last night. The Lord blessed us to do it on last night. Now, you don't have to feel sorry for me. I sound a little sick, but I'm not sick. Okay? I've been up and down in airplanes and cars and up and down the highway, changing climates. And it's nothing new to what happens in Minnesota, happens in Minnesota. And change the climate, that kind of stuff, kind of get up hoarse, a little hoarse, and maybe a little nasalness, whatever, but I feel good, I'm not sick, okay? I don't claim that at all. So it's a good thing to be here today, and we certainly thank God for your presence. As I said, it's nothing new in Minnesota. Two things happen. If you stay around, season gonna change. And I kind of like the season change, but I knew we were going through this easy winter. I kept telling people things were gonna change. You all know we had an easy winter so far. I mean, November, December, we was pretty much okay, and even the first part of January, it was pretty easy on us. Matter of fact, when I went down to Jackson to the board meeting, I told them, I said, and they were like, I know it's cold up there. I said, no, it's not cold up there. I said, really, you all got more snow down here than what we got up there. But now I got to call them and tell them something different. Matter of fact, I talked to Dr. Young on Thursday, and I had to tell him what was going on. So this is just the beginning right here. A little light snow, saw several accidents coming here. So you ought to be careful when it's light, okay? We usually try to be careful when it's heavy, but the light snow is probably worst of all. So yeah, because it's really just, with it being this cold, it's just pure ice when it comes out. It's not no liquid nowhere, that's just ice. So we don't know, it's not gonna be much more today, I can tell you that, but and I used to be a weatherman, by the way. I was laughing, that's true, I was assigned to the weatherman and still studied the weather quite regularly. But anyway, it's not gonna be much more today, but tomorrow afternoon, it's gonna start to pour in. And by Monday, we're gonna get heavy snow Monday, most of the day Monday. And then as of Tuesday, we go below zero, way below zero, and don't come back out until next weekend. Way below. When I say we haven't been that below in a long time, I'm talking 24. Matter of fact, in upstate Minnesota this morning, the wind chill was 61 below zero. And that's what's headed our way, okay? It's headed our way over the next couple of days. So, all I say is get out your best winter clothes, because as people always told me when I first got here, this is Minnesota. So, this is Minnesota, we live in Minnesota, we know her, and every now and then, it comes from the north on us and showers us with some blessings. So, One good thing we can report is that we've been working with people who had some issues with the government shutdown, and we've helped people, and we're still in the process of that, but we're glad to report that the government is back open. And so those airports will be much a little safer. So those people, they'll get tired of working for nothing.
Right.
And I was concerned about those air traffic controllers. When you worried about paying your bill, you may not be worried about whether the plane run together or not. So we're happy that that's been taken care of, and pray that I almost said pray to Reverend Trump. He's not Reverend Trump, pray to President Trump. Won't shut the government down again in 3 weeks, like he's saying he will do, because he want a wall.
Right.
All right. So I'm going to give you a Bible study, a brief Bible study, and then, as I said, we use people to help us and to bring us the very best information. We got 2 doctors, I'm about real doctors. Dr. Laura Holtz, I've seen her, she did the work. She did the work and did the papers. And we got Dr. Chavez, they're going to be presenting today. We have, almost said Prophet Russell, but she's a professor. She's a professor, and she's helping today by cooking. Professor at the University of Northwestern. She's teaching medical surgical nursing, and had her first couple classes. But she also got a lot of patients in Rochester, a lot of patients. I'm so happy that this woman works hard. I'm telling you all right now, she works hard, but she has a passion for her work. Because on top of that, she is my boo. I'm booed up. Been booed up since I was 9 years old. And for her to do what she do for me, I mean, this woman wait on me hand and foot. I don't have to do anything for being taken care of around the house. I'm gonna tell you a secret. I can't even tie my shoes. Mama did well trying to teach me how to tie my shoes. My wife had to tie my shoes. So I said, But if one day couldn't teach me, nobody could teach me. Anyway. But that's the guy. She's just a humble person that takes care of family, work. She takes care of people like she takes care of her family. So thank God for her. I'm glad that she's with us and happy she's my wife. With that in mind, I'm just going to give a brief Bible study, then I'm going to get an elephant out of the room, and then we're going to move forward. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1 through 6. This is the scripture we may read down to verse 8. But Ephesians chapter 4, Paul talks about working together. And he says here, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you are called, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There's one body, one Spirit, even as you are called in one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all, and through all, and in you all. But unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Christ. Wherefore, he said, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts unto men. He led captivity captive and he gave the gifts unto men. Now, it has been said, and Paul had talked about it back in the earlier chapters, that, and I need to remind us now, he's actually writing in Ephesians about the unity in the church. And specifically, Paul talks about how to maintain that unity in the church. Now, he also reminds us that achieving unity within a group can sometimes be a difficult endeavor, very difficult. Why? Because we come from so many different backgrounds. We have different ideas about many different subjects. We were all even raised different. We possess differing goals, ambitions, and agendas in life. Unity in an atmosphere can be hard to come by. I would say that unity in the church would be an absolute impossibility if it was solely up to us. But thank God, it isn't up to us alone. We play a part in the unity of the church, as we was able to see in verses 1 through 3. But the place of our unity in the church is not in our ability to produce it all by ourselves. Thank God. The unity of the church, like everything else we have as people of God, rests on the grace of God alone. Paul has been teaching us in Ephesians that God, by his grace and through the gospel of Jesus Christ, has brought people together from every imaginable background and has made them one in Christ Jesus. Jews who were born under the law and who are subject to the law, and Gentiles who were given over to dumb idols, have been brought together into one body. The ground of our unity does not rest in our ability to get along with one another, but our unity in Christ, in the body of Christ, rests upon the common elements that we share in his body. That's what brings us to the term, and this is what I talked about last night. Although we come from all these different backgrounds, raised different, but what good can we do together? There are some common things that are bring us together by the grace of God. And then we determine what good can we do together. All the elements Paul mentioned in these verses are freely given to us by the grace of God. They are the fruit of our relationship with him. It is these elements that make unity within the church a real possibility. And he mentioned some of these things. I'm just going to briefly go over those. First of all, he said we find unity in the Spirit, in God's Spirit. Because he said there's one body. One body. There is one Spirit. There is one hope. There is one Lord. And look at all these ones. There's one Savior. There's one baptism. I'm not talking about water baptism there. I'm talking about baptism in the Spirit. We find our unity in God the Father. That's why I gave all these one thing. It's not about us and our upbringing, our background, and what we think and how we think it ought to be. I want to tell somebody, it ain't like you think it is.
All right.
It ain't like you think it is. It's like God knows that it is. And if you want to know where I got the information, you can go to the devotional book on Friday, and you'll find most of what I just said. It's trying to show you that even in that devotional book, and for those that maybe don't know about the devotional book, about grace, that's what it boils down to be. And this particular writer has written not only this devotional book, but several other devotional books. But he has several TED Talks and several videos on various teachings. I've been using this book for about 5 years. It's been a great thing for me. Matter of fact, it came from John Piper through John Sathan. And John Sathan, they would share together. And we've learned a lot in this walk together. So I thought it would be a good thing to bring to the church as a way to try to help us to walk together as we study together. And so it's a good study too. But what you do, you read it. The author's devotional himself, they wrote from his devotion, and then he gives you a scripture to go to that you read and you do your own reading and writing. If you're paying attention, probably I won't say, well, a lot of sermons I've preached, a lot of talks I've made, come from those scriptures that I've been given. And I was doing that so we could make sure we would be on one page and one accord. So, if you don't have the book, like the book, we're going to be in the book until June. We started last year in June. You still have a chance to get it. And we have a new book coming up, and it's going to be part of what we're going to talk about today, but that's not going to come up until we finish what we're doing right now. So we find our unity in God the Father. Keep that in mind. We find our unity in God the Father as we go through the day, and Mr. Holt's going to talk about the book I had her to read. I had her to read it and had her to do a report on it, just like she was doing a report for if I had one of my students doing a presentation or doing a book review. And trust me, she did a great job in doing it after she read it, and probably wrote more than the author had. But she did a very thorough review of the book. And after she did that thorough review, I said, well, I need you to do the class to teach us. She can't do the whole book today, but she's gonna give us enough to whet our appetite that we can want to read the book ourselves, and then we will not only read the book, but your copy of this presentation will be available. Yes. Not today, but tomorrow, if you want a copy of it, because I don't want you to read ahead of her, that kind of stuff. So, but she will put it on be a PowerPoint, everything like that. And then Dr. Chavez will come and talk about our ministry and our ministry directions. But just before Minister Hope comes, just know this, that on December 10th, when I walked out of a meeting, I will just let you all know in my own heart, I will just know, I was done. In my spirit, I was done. I wasn't coming back. So I was able to miss a couple Sundays, and even though the heat was up under me, I had a Jeremiah experience, but I was done. Notice I said I was done. Yeah, and I got a praying wife. That's why I did the emphasis on her from the very beginning. And one that, because you know, I can call certain people and tell me what I want to hear. I can call certain people and say, well, come on home, come on, leave out of there, you know, come on home. But I got a praying wife. And realizing that what I was doing was going to affect more than just me. I got a family, I got a little grandbaby. It's going to affect all of us. But I was done. So that's the elephant in the room, yeah? And I did tell some people. And people text me, people call me, whatever.